button. Hi, everybody. This is Sandra Blank from the University of Dallas, and welcome to our Know Your Fellow CAEs. So we have three. We have Annie, who's going to come on and give us some information from the PMO today. And then we have three schools that will present. Excuse me. We have Troy and Dr. Michael Whitman, and we have Shakour coming on. Then we'll have some information from Competency Corner. And Gretchen will come on and speak to the April presenters. And then Dr. Conkey will come in and put us in do a little wrap up, put us in the breakout rooms, and we'll have more in-depth discussion at that time. So Annie, if you are ready, we are ready for an update from the PMO. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Sandra. Hi, everybody. Just wanted to come on and say thank you to everybody for completing the annual report. We did complete our evaluation, and we do see your commitment and continued support of the program. So thank you so much. There was one area that we do think that we need to release another data call for, which is the enrollment and graduation numbers for your validated program of study. We did identify numerous schools where it seemed that we found some discrepancies where enrollment numbers were either really high and graduation numbers were very low, or in some instances, we found that some schools were reporting higher graduation numbers than enrollment numbers. So we are tasked in sending that information out to our agency leadership. So we want to do one more data call where we're just going to ask for you to validate the program of study enrollment and graduation numbers. So we do anticipate that we'll send that call out next week. So just want to give you all a heads up on that. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Also wanted to kind of give a highlight. I did see a message that the CAE symposium is now fully booked, but the CAE PMO meeting is going to be held that Thursday, and it does look like there's still some spots available. So if you haven't registered and do want to attend, please feel free to register for that. There will be another PMO meeting at NCEC in October. So if you can't attend, don't worry, there'll be another event this year. And that's all I have from the PMO.
Okay, thank you very much, Annie. We
Thank
appreciate you coming. You bet. We appreciate you coming on and reminding us and giving us updates of what's coming up. So thank you very much. Okay, Troy, if you are ready, you can let me stop my share, and you can share your screen.
Okay. Does everybody see it?
We see it. Thank you.
All right. So my name is Troy Lanning. I am the program lead and point of contact for the CAE at Klamath Community College. Our department is career technical education. We are a very small school. And that is one of those challenges that we have. I've got some information about the county where we're at, just to kind of put it in perspective for people in larger areas later in the slide deck. We are a brand new CAE. Gretchen was our mentor. Thank you for helping us get through that. It was a very challenging process last year as we went through this. So the only program that we have that is a program of study is our cybersecurity and networking. This is an associate degree. So we are a CD school. This is also the only one on campus. And because of the nature of our degree and the nature of our community, unless we have another program that I'm taking the lead of, it's going to remain the only program of study on campus. So we are a very small group. We actually have two programs within us. We have an engineering program, which is to transfer to the 4-year in town, which is Oregon Institute of Technology. And we have a grand total of 2 full-time faculty and 2 adjunct faculty. So our program focus, the graduates are focusing on degree or careers related to technical support and network services. We have a lot of expertise between our faculty. My colleague Pete Bransness has a background of network admin and database from his time in industry. I have a background of programming and engineering from my time in industry and my degrees. Long term, what we're looking at, obviously, we want to maintain our where we're at with our CAE, but we also are looking to build additional degrees coming up in the future here at KCC. This is very long term. The next one that we're really looking at is kind of a DevOps cloud computing degree. We may do kind of a MIS degree in the meantime in between. We'll have to see kind of where the chips fall on that. Once we've got our DevOps and cloud computing, the next area we would expand into is data science. But we have to have more of a math background accepted on campus before we could go there. Okay, so what are our students getting? They get exposed to a lot of things. One other thing that I should have mentioned earlier that we do that's a bit different here compared to a lot of schools is we are on a term system. We are not on a semester. We have 3 10-week terms in a year. So with that, we are putting students through a lot of different material in those 2 years. We have very little gen eds in our degree and a lot of technical core. So our students get exposed to C#. They take 2 terms of C++. They take a term of embedded C. They then also take the Cisco networking series, the first 3 classes. For troubleshooting, they take the IT essentials. So they get a good foundation in hardware, software, and printers. With security, we have 3 courses focused on security. It's spread into the rest of the courses, but 3 courses dedicated just to it. There's cyber ops, there's ethical hacking, and then there's also the Cisco network security fundamentals. For operating systems, we have a class on Windows Server. Right now we're on 2019. We also have a Linux fundamentals. So we are hitting a very wide range of topics for our students. The other benefits our students are getting is that we are largely focused on the hands-on training. They are getting experience with the hardware on campus. Now that is slowly shifting a little bit because we did get a solution called NetLab, which I'm sure most people here have at least heard of. And we were able to offer our first course using NetLab this term. Another advantage our students have is that we have small class sizes. Every one of our students, we know as the instructor. We only have first year classes, we end up with higher student count, but by the time we get to second year, we're down into low double digits for our count for classes, which is unfortunate. We're trying to improve that, but we also are not going to reduce our difficulty of classes to do it. So what do we have going on now currently? We are finishing up a Department of Labor grant. That will finish up at the beginning of, I think, January 2025. And we just hit submit on Monday for a STEM grant. Pete did a ton of work on that one to get that off the ground. We are open to other opportunities. We just don't have any of them lined up at this second. So if anybody's looking to collaborate, please reach out. We do have a number of schools that we currently support. The Department of Labor grant that we went for was a consortium of Oregon schools. And listed here on this page is the Oregon community colleges that are focused on the cybersecurity for that one. We've got Portland Community College, Mount Hood Community College, Chemeketa Community College, and Central Oregon Community College. 3 out of the 4 of those are already CAE CD schools. Central Oregon is not, because their program's new enough that they don't qualify for it yet. So what can we use help with? Right now, we're in the process of converting to what we're referring to as a high flex model. I believe a lot of other schools are referring to it as hybrid. Students can pick how they attend every single day of the course. This is very challenging for us because so much of our work is hands-on, and trying to set it up for students where they are doing, still getting the hands-on experience, even if they never set foot in the classroom, has been really hard. If anybody has any experience with this and any pointers and things to watch out for, we will gladly take them. Next thing that we're looking for any feedback that people have on is, what are other people doing with their NetLab solutions? Are they only using Cisco courses within it, or are they doing other really cool things with it? And then lastly, any sort of feedback as people have built out DevOps and cloud degrees. So, things to watch out for as I move forward on that. And the last slide here, a small aerial view of part of our campus. You can see about half of it. And some background on Klamath County, just so you've got an idea of how small we really are. Klamath County is almost 6,000 square miles. We have a grand total of 70,000 people in the county. We also serve Lake County, which is adjacent to us and bigger than we are, with far fewer people. Doing the math on this so that nobody has to do it in their head, this worked out to about 11.7 people per square mile in Klamath County. 50,000 of those are in Klamath Falls. So, which is the city that I reside in. Our closest bigger city is 80 plus miles away. So we are, when I say we're out there in the sticks, we are out there in the sticks.
Okay, Troy, thank you. Thank you very much for that presentation. And I saw that someone posted something in the chat, I think Michael. So you're going to want to take a look at that and maybe connect with him. I think that's the beauty of us having these discussions and bringing all the CAEs on. And Troy, congratulations on your new designation.
Oh, thank you.
And of course, thanks to Gretchen for that.
Huge thanks.
So, okay, Michael, if you will share your screen, we are ready for yours. We see it. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I do that a day.
Okay, how about now?
That's perfect.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say I apologize. My presentation screen, I've got 3 screens. My presentation screen's over here, so I have to keep doing that in order to see what I'm talking about. Welcome, everybody. My name is Mike Whitman. I am a professor of cybersecurity and the director of the KSU Center for Cybersecurity Education, Kennesaw, Georgia, which is about 20 miles north of Metro Atlanta, which means we're competing with Georgia Tech and Georgia State and a number of other regional universities. It's my pleasure to be here today to give you a little bit of insight about KSU and to hopefully engage some of you in some future activities, because we are always looking for support and extension. My colleague, Dr. Herb Matter, is sort of with us here today. He unfortunately had a conflicting an appointment. Otherwise, he'd be co-presenting. Kennesaw State University was established in '63 as Kennesaw Junior College. I came to KSU in 1998. It had just moved to Kennesaw State University. It's one of the 4 regional universities in the state. We merged with Southern Polytechnic and State University in 2015 and are currently a Carnegie R2 institution. Our current president was invested as only the 6th president. Our first president, Dr. Betty Siegel, was there for 25 years. We currently have over 45,000 students on the 2 physical campuses, one in Marietta, Georgia, our primary campus here at Kennesaw, Georgia, and we currently have over 150 degree programs and 100,000 alumni. I taught the first security course at Kennesaw State in 1999 as an elective in the MS Information Systems program. We were approached by representatives of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation who were looking for interns for their cyber forensics program. We decided that we would go ahead and begin spinning up a formal security curriculum. We established our first certificate, and that's a 4-credit program because at the time KSU didn't have minors, so you got certificates. So we did our first certificate in 2003. Dr. Herb Mattern and I established the Bachelor of Science in Information Security and Assurance in 2005. We redesignated that degree program when we moved into the College of Business. Previously, we were in a College of Science and Mathematics with co-hosted with a computer science department. So it's computer science and information systems. So we moved into the College of Business and redesignated it as a Bachelor's of Business Administration. We established our 2 newest degree programs, the Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity and a Master of Science in Cybersecurity in 2016 and 2019, respectively. We currently have concentrations of security courses in several other degree programs listed here. And we are currently have our BBA ISA scheduled to sunset, moving all the students into the BS Cybersecurity within the next 2 to 3 years. We officially applied to our first program in 2003, was unsuccessful due to the kind tutorage of Vic McConaughey. We were successful in the next year, redesignated in 07, 12, 15, and most recently in 2022. We currently have over 20 faculty that are teaching and or researching in cybersecurity related positions. And yes, we have open jobs at this time. If you want more information on that, shoot me an email. We have faculty that are active in the CAE CD community, although usually you'll see myself as the POI and Herb Mattern as the co-POI in all of our events and conferences, and we'll see you at the conference next month. In 2001, in order to support our first application, I established the Center for Information Security Education. Herb was my assistant director at the time. We hosted a conference, the Information Security Curriculum Development Conference, in 2003, and have been holding it annually since then. We became the coordinators, the inaugural coordinators for the Southeast Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition, and we did that until last year. We migrated to the Coles College of Business. We started our own journal, Information Security Educational Journal. We ran that to 2016. And then we found out that KSU had a license to Digital Commons. So we rebranded and reinitialized our journaling efforts. We now have the Journal of Cybersecurity Education Research and Practice, has been running since 2016. We are always looking for support in that area. We also host a conference annually, usually in the fall, on cybersecurity education, research, and practice. and have for the last couple of years have co-located that with the CAE conference. In 2016, we at Kennesaw State established an Institute for Cybersecurity Workforce Development. At the time, we were answering a state request for an initiative to sponsor a new 100% online BS cybersecurity program. It was multidisciplinary. Dr. Mattern and I co-designed that through building a consortium of faculty from 3 different colleges. I was appointed the inaugural executive director in 2019 after a couple of failed job searches. I reported to a council of 3 deans, the deans of the Coles College of Business, College of Computing and Software Engineering, and the Radau College of Humanities and Social Sciences, which housed the criminal justice program. In 2019, we co-developed the MS Cybersecurity program, and under the Institute, we were the PIs, co-PIs of 12 different grants totaling over $2 million in external funding. In 2024, the Institute was dissolved due to governance issues. There's a whole bunch of stories there. Buy me a beer at the next conference and I'll give you the insight. Center for Cybersecurity Education, with the spin down of the Institute, we established a new Center for Cybersecurity Education to continue to support our CAE activities. We continue to support outreach and curriculum development activities. We currently are very active in Coursera MOOCs and continuing education courses, and we sponsor our conference and our journal all through this new center. Those of you who know us know that Dr. Mattern and I are textbook authors and have published over 12 titles in over 24 editions. If you want to know more about that, shoot me an email. The BS Cybersecurity is our CAE official plan of study. It's 100% online. It's aligned with the NIST Protect and Defend Defensive Cyber Focus. Those of you not familiar, NIST revised its categories and now they're a little different. It shares an IT foundation, so students are getting a foundation in information technology with KSU's BS IT. And it shares the upper division cybersecurity courses with the current BBA ISA, which gives them 13 different classes in cybersecurity before they graduate, ranging from intro to management of, to client and server security, to penetration testing and perimeter defense. The program has specializations in system security, network security, and cybercrime. And as a tip of my hat to the previous presenter, we use NetLab Plus for our online labs. It's basically a sandbox. Most of the instructors build their own labs by creating virtual servers in the NetLab system and use it for a variety of lab exercises. The BS Cyber currently has over 1,100 majors. It's the second largest undergrad program on campus. And in 2024, with the spin down of the Institute, it moved into the Coles College of Business instead of being housed by the Institute. The master's program we built in 2019 contains 10 3-hour courses that are taught in half semesters. So it's like teaching summer all the time. They can complete that degree program in a year for under $13,000. Currently, the only electives, and this is one of the reasons the Institute doesn't exist anymore, is the only option to choose either a technical or a managerial capstone. It currently has over 300 majors and has graduated about 300 students since it spun up in 2019. And with the spin down of the Institute, it moved into the College of Computing and Software Engineering. Our conference, held annually, was called InfoSec CD until 2016 and published in cooperation with ACM, which let us publish our proceedings through the ACM Digital Library. We moved to Digital Commons, something I highly recommend. We've been co-hosting it with CISI and now Pisces since 2022, and we hosted it physically here at KSU in 23. We'll be co-hosting with CISI in Tampa in 24. Our journal is focused on topics of interest to faculty teaching and researching and security topics. We've published 104 articles to date. This is since 2016. We really need reviewers. It's hard to find good reviewers. If you're interested in doing some reviewing, shoot me an email. We've been involved with a lot of outreach activities. In fact, KSU won the first place award in last year's CAE community outreach competition. We've been involved in academic competitions, conferences, publications. We host a National Cybersecurity Awareness Day, something I strongly encourage for CAE activities. We have guest speakers come in. It's open to all the students, faculty, and staff at no charge. We also host a speaker series where we collect and record and archive local industry speakers on topics of cybersecurity interest and use those as a library for all of our courses. We've been involved in K-12 outreach. We had a Gen Cyber. We've had multiple Gen Cybers in the past. I personally was involved in the Gen Cyber last year in 2023. And I believe we're putting together a packet for this next round of call. We've been involved in women in cybersecurity. In fact, I did a presentation to an IBM Cyber Girls event downtown. And we have student scholarships through ISSA, the Security Executive Council, and a number of private donors, including the new Viceroy grant. We are a cautionary tale, which means that until 2023, we were making really strong strides to being a dominant leader in undergraduate security education. In 2023, we had to step away from the CCDC, the student academic competition, due to administration issues. In June of 2023, the Council of Deans that I reported to let us know that they would be dissolving the institute due to governance issues. And all of its resources and degree programs were distributed to the various colleges. We like to think that our future is yet to be written, but it's definitely 2 steps forward, 1 step back. At this point in time, I'm happy to take any questions.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much. We will have everybody take questions with you that goes in to your room, to your breakout room, and so we'll discuss those questions then. Thank you. Also, want to offer to buy the first beer. Sounds like there's some stories there.
There's some stories there.
Okay.
I'll join you guys.
Okay, Anne, Gretchen, and whoever else. All right, we're there.
I can be forced to drink a beer.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's see, Shakour, we are ready for you, and if you can put that in presentation mode, that will be super. There we go. That ought to do it. There we go. You got it. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so very much for this opportunity. My name is Dr. Shakour Abuzneid. I am professor in computer science and cybersecurity at Roger Williams University. I joined this institution very recently. I think this will be my 3rd semester. But the first task I was tasked with when I joined, and that was my choice, is to get the CAE designation, which we got in October, I think, or November last year, 2023. Our college or our university located in Bristol, Rhode Island, in a beautiful, touristic city where the cheapest house like $1 million. The current POS that we have one program, which is cybersecurity and networking. We have established our cards, our lab there. We have 3 full-time faculty, including me, the director of the program. And we have about 5 adjunct faculty that teach for us. Our faculty also active in online shows. Dog Lion is a weekly host in security, weekly news, where I think about 10,000 viewers every month watch the shows. We have a total of 12 programs. So we have 2 undergrad programs. One of them is the POS, the Cybersecurity and Networking. We have another program, Security Assurance Studies. I'm thinking to sunset that program. We don't have a lot of students there. It was created for a reason in the past, but I don't think it serves any purpose anymore. We have minors, so we have 3 minors, cybersecurity and networking minor, and digital forensics. We are big in digital forensics. We have lots of police officers and enforcement employees who join the program. I have added last year cloud computing minor, which is my expertise. We have 3 master's degrees. We have a technical one, which is cybersecurity MS. This is geared toward those interested in technical activities. And we have the MA, which is toward management and leadership in cybersecurity. Roger Williams University is the only school in Rhode Island that has a law school. So we have a joint program, MA, JD program, mostly lawyers getting a degree or master's in cybersecurity. And we have 4 stackable certificates. Taking a 3 plus a thesis will give them a master's degree. So we have a graduate cybersecurity and in cloud computing and digital forensics. We have one called specialist and one general for cybersecurity. Again, they are stackable. Students could choose to take a 3 or 4 of them and get a master's degree, but they have to do a thesis with that. What is program focus? So since I joined a year ago, I have rebuilt the whole program. We have visited all the courses, and we made sure that we added all the missing courses to meet the ABIT accreditation, which is our next step. So we that will be something we gotta do down the road in 2 years. Unfortunately, we were missing many classes that required for ABIT. Some of them are math classes. And that was a debate between me and the other faculty. You know, they don't like to add math because math means less students. Okay, many students will not be interested in math courses. But, you know, I chose this route that, you know, we need to be like high caliber program, which is equal to any computer science program that seeks ABIT accreditation. We have focus on digital forensics. So we offer 3 courses in digital forensics. Myself, because my interest in artificial intelligence, I have introduced artificial intelligence. I started this semester by offering an advanced Python program where I teach actually data science, and I end up with regression and maybe some artificial intelligence models. Cloud computing also was added. We offer 3 courses in cloud computing. So student interested, for example, in cybersecurity, but focus in cloud computing, they could take more courses in that field. The reason I am able, or they are able to do that we have about 4 electives of the last year, of the 4th year, so they could focus their education in cloud computing or artificial intelligence or digital forensics, or keep it general. One thing I forgot to mention, that when I landed in this place, I found the program in a criminal justice school or criminal justice studies school or college. It's not in engineering, although we have engineering and we have computer science. So I have a discussion right now with the deans and provost to move it to engineering school to be next to the computer science program. So we'll see how that goes. Subject matter expertise, artificial intelligence. We're trying to get into artificial intelligence. We have a computer science department as well. Many of the students take our minor and vice versa. They offer a few classes in artificial intelligence, and I offer one class in advanced Python where I introduce students to artificial intelligence. The trick now is just to work with projects and assignments related to cybersecurity. All right, so we need to pick data sets that could address the need for cybersecurity. Cloud computing, as I said, we offer a minor and a graduate certificate in cloud computing. And part of what we teach is cloud computing security. Digital forensics was there for long. We have a lot of students from police enforcement and the government, and from criminal justice, actually. So that is also still there. What may be your next program of study? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure how useful is that, but if there is, it will be one of the MS degrees, either cybersecurity MS or cybersecurity MA. What are your research projects or research interests? So my personal research intersects with the three trending technologies: Internet of Things, IoT, security, artificial intelligence, cloud computing. These three elements work together. So IoT usually hosted in a cloud, and usually data collected with artificial intelligence. So all of that is like has a component in cybersecurity. Other areas is zero trust security, which is like the future, it seems. We're gonna go to that, and digital forensics and the threat hunting and analysis, among other different expertise that our faculty we have. Just remember, we are only 3 faculty. We plan to hire the 4th, but with being hosted in a teaching institution, it is difficult to allocate enough resources and time for research. We're trying hard, but we'll see. What are your schools' specialties and subject matter expertise? Again, IoT, artificial intelligence, and the cloud computing, trending technologies in the market right now. Grants, we're trying to consider Cyber Corp, Scholarship for Surface, Gen Cyber, and I think some of my colleagues looking right now at other grants, possible state level grants. So we are willing to work with anybody in Rhode Island or other state in any other project that or grant writing, especially in something related to artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence. Do you currently partner or support other schools? We are open to cooperate with any schools in the region. Please reach out. We worked with the CCRI, Community College of Rhode Island, to develop a program in cloud computing. That's what I am aware of. But as I told you, I joined only a year ago, and I did not have time to check what other projects over the past 10 years that they have had. So what are gaps? Trending now is AI and cybersecurity. There is no textbook. I did not see like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning in cybersecurity, although there are a lot of research. So if we could develop material for a class specific for cybersecurity students, that will be great. We are planning to have a lab. So the university promised a lab with 30 computers, a state-of-art lab there, with a range that might need a year or two until it's funded and finished. So far, you know, we rely on other ranges for students. So if you know of range that you could share with us, that would be great. So what else? The CAE has been a nice ride for us. As I told you, since I joined that, I was working on that. We submitted it and we got it. That's great. The whole process was informative, educational, cooperative, supportive. You could list another 20 attributes there, supported all. It truly helped us move from the culture to the vision. As you know, when you join any institution, there is a culture and there is a rule 90-10. So the first year you have 90% culture, you follow the culture, the vision, then 10% vision. As you move like 70-30. So this process helped us just to move directly to have a different vision, a new vision, a fresh vision, and try to apply it. As I told you, Bristol is kind of island in Rhode Island, surrounded by bridges and water. Touristic area. If you've been in Boston, is as beautiful as Boston. So that's a photo of the campus. That is our part of our campus there. Thank you.
Okay, Shakour, thank you very, very much for all that information. It does look beautiful there. Okay, we're going to move directly into Competency Corner. And so we can go ahead and share screen and turn off your mute, and we're ready to go.
So should I start?
Yeah, can you share your screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
So hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, or good afternoon. Yeah, not evening yet. So today I will be covering about the opportunity of local employment through competency-based cybersecurity teaching, and a little bit about me. I am, as you can see, my name is Deveeshree Nayak, and I'm an assistant teaching professor at the University of Washington. And I teach both bachelor's and master's program, and for information technology and cybersecurity leadership, which is a joint program between our business school and School of Engineering Technology. So this will be my outlines today, and especially focus on questions because that's kind of like helps us to think critically. So those are like these are the questions I will be addressing in my next 10 minutes presentation. So about University of Washington, we are tri-campus, and within, you can say roughly within 50 miles of radius, like when you kind of land in Seattle, Tacoma area, we have 3 different campuses. So you see like one campus in Seattle, Bothell, and Tacoma. We are very enriched, but the student population, if you see like Seattle, Bothell, and Tacoma are very diverse. And especially I teach in Tacoma campus. In Tacoma campus, particularly, this is kind of a little bit statistics about like what kind of students we get, like 51% first generation students who are first to degree, 61% student of color, and 18% military affiliated students we get. Especially in the School of Engineering Technology, this is kind of an overall UW Tacoma student population, which is roughly more than 5,000 students. And when I talk about IT, particularly, we have an IT program, which is also a part of School of Engineering Technology set. It's roughly, we kind of get admitted students more than 100, particularly in IT program, which has been literally kind of every year, it has been expanded because of like demand and students' interest, and especially IT technology, because we are in I-5 zone particularly. And I get to serve my students who are first generation people of color, and international students, military professionals as well, who are not only interested in information technology, but in cybersecurity as well. Especially in our program, more than 90% of our students are kind of transfer students. So basically we at UW-Tacoma in IT program, we are not 4-year, though we are part of UW, but we don't serve like first 2 years of college students. We get transfer students from outside community colleges. So in our IT program, you'll see majority of our students are transfer students. So who are our local employer? As we talk about, like I'm in the I-5 zone, they say that majority of big companies are there, like Amazon, Microsoft, Boeing, Zello, Tableau, which is taken over by Salesforce, Costco Wholesale, Alaska Airlines, Boeing headquarter, Amazon headquarter is here, Fred Meyer, which is a kind of a chain of Kroger, if we are in South, as Kroger component. We also have very much like healthcare companies as well, Fred Meyer, Providence, F5 so we kind of like various, when we talk about like competency and what kind of targeted will be when we talk about like cybersecurity and information technology, like competency, I get students in very diverse interest, and they would like to go in a different companies and employers in different sectors, and which is very much, some are interested in security, want to join in software companies like Amazon, Microsoft, but some people literally interested in healthcare based on interest, because as I mentioned in my early introduction, that students are coming from different community college with different strength and skill set, are interested in cybersecurity, would like to go in healthcare or in industry or oil company, different 12 critical infrastructure based on that. So what motivated me to become a part of like competency trainer or applied for it? So I'm coming from industry. So my background is I have 4 graduate studies. I finished combination of computer engineering, information system, criminology, criminal justice, and liberal arts. And everything was context-based with cybersecurity. And then I joined industry and gained some experience and switched to teaching. So when I came and joined UW at 2019, my approach to cybersecurity teaching was already competency-based. I focus on projects which actually prepare my students to be competent enough to apply for the employers what they're hiring. So every approach when I started teaching was that how they can be skilled enough so that they can pursue their passion, particular job they would like to apply, or starting a company, which some people are very business minded as well. So kind of a relevancy components of it I was already doing when I got introduced to Zoe and Vinny. One of the things is that like the relevance of cybersecurity learning persuaded me to be part of and apply for the competency training, especially not only like the skill set, but also whether a student is competent enough to finish or complete a task based on the job they are doing or companies or anything they are attended. So kind of a recruitment and to fulfill industry demand, and with the information security and cyber security they were interested in, because I kind of learned very early when I was in graduate school that even if we kind of provide labs, structures, and environment, theory, practical, and everything, but a person has to, especially students, needs to be competent enough that they can finish a particular task they are doing. So that kind of like and it provides a long-term success. That kind of motivated me to implement project-based teaching methodology within my class. And then I was blessed to have a partnership and went through competency training, and that kind of like created a scenario that this has relevance, and with nice framework. The first day of my class, I open any cybersecurity class I teach, open nice framework, and especially role-based, which motivates students that what skills they can do, how they can apply, and what kind of things they can learn from by going through role-based scenarios and environment. So that kind of my motivation. So this is one of the example. Again, there are many, each task I do. My classes are completely focused on project, quiz, scenarios, tabletop exercises, case studies. So this is one example, like it may be different from the location you are in, your employers, what you are actually, they are asking your local employers what they're targeted for industry and particularly the sectors you are teaching your students population. So like one of the class I teach called network security, T Info 441, they are kind of seniors who takes as an elective. So senior IT student enrolled in network security classes will conduct a real-time analysis, which is a code kind of T0175. So I literally pull up the NICE framework and go through that. These are the skill set and how it is coded using Wireshark. Within 60 minutes, I use different platforms where like virtual machines, where they conduct the analysis, particularly where they get to see packet tracing, different kind of Ethernet cables, what are the protocols, what are the IP address and ports, like having knowledge. Again, this can be finished within 60 minutes based on the student skills and how they are familiar with it. But there is also a prerequisite to this class that a student has to go through an undergraduate information assurance class. So again, this is the statement. This is how I apply that, like to make sure that student understand that each task they are completing in this class have a purpose or not. Additionally, currently I'm working how to, while I'm developing different competency statement, that how can it match up with the ABET accreditation. We are a ABET accredited program with information technology, and we just got renewed last year, finished all data collection. So that's kind of like, again, I think that there are a lot of work to be done. Again, I'm not saying it's perfect, but this is how I kind of bring competency to my class, because whatever we do as a teacher, it is important that students understand that every task they finish, like what are the competency roles behind it. And it's like A, B, C, D, E as a template, as I learned from my competency training, that how it can be applied. So that's kind of my story. And please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And you will have a breakout room also. So if you have questions on or want to learn more about competency training, then you can go ahead and go into that breakout room as well. Okay, now Gretchen is going to come on and talk to us about April.
Great. Thank you, Sandra. This is Gretchen Bliss, UCCS Cybersecurity Director, and I'm so excited to do this every month. I get so many ideas of things to do. So thank you all for your presentations today. I wanted to let you know that we've got our folks for April confirmed. You'll see here that we have Clark State College, we have Bosher Paris Community College, Great Falls College, Montana State University coming up. We do try and mix community colleges with 4 years with all the different programs so that everybody here can have lots of understanding of how this all fits together. Then we will have May, but we are going to be taking the summer off. So we will restart up in August. And I am going to be reaching out to you guys to confirm all of that. Please know that I do realize life can change in the fall, but hopefully in April and May, you'll have an idea of what your schedules are going to look like so that I can confirm through December. So just know that for the summer, we're going to be taking a hiatus, but we have one more month after April of folks to present. So April and May are coming up. And if you do want to present or in a standby mode, I know some people have wanted to just get on the list. And then that way, if somebody does cancel, which every month we have at least one that has to readjust because life happens, please let me know. And I will put in the chat my email. It's gbliss@uccs.edu. And just reach out to me and I can put you on that backup agenda. We are scheduled through December of this year. So that means we've got all next spring that we can sign folks up for. So if you haven't yet presented, please consider that. We'll probably be reaching out to you in the fall. And if you are new, as Troy was, and you're itching to get stuff about your program out there, let me know, and we will get you scheduled for that January to May next year. So back over to you, Sandra. Thank you.
Okay, Gretchen, thank you very much. And you can see that we'll also have Competency Corner in April as well. And the presenter's topic for that is present problems to students the way their bosses will. So that caught my eye and I thought that was really interesting. So just remember to register, and we have the registration link there. And then Anne, back to you to put us into the breakout rooms, please.
All right, I'm going to
Or do
stop the
some
recording.
reminders if you, I'm sorry, if you want to do the reminders of this.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay, so every month we record these, and the YouTube, our community of practice has a site off of the CAE community.org site, and we have every single month we have a archive link that so that you can go back and listen to all of these if you would like to check out a particular school. In order to continue improving the monthly events, we do ask you to complete a brief survey. It'll come out right after this. So we'd really appreciate if you could just take some time and answer the survey. And we also want to let you know, let's see, we got the page available, the caecommunity.org, which then will have all the YouTube links out there. So I'm going to stop the recording right now.